Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another amazing episode of English with Leo and Stella. I'm your host, Leo.
And I'm your co-host, Stella. We're so happy you're here with us today. If you want to improve your English speaking and listening in a fun and simple way, you are in the right place.
Yes, this podcast is made just for you. English learners who want to practice, learn, and grow every single day.
That's right. And today's topic is really special. It's called Stop Thinking, Start Talking.
Hmm, that sounds interesting, right? You might be wondering, what do we mean by stop thinking? Isn't thinking important when learning a language?
Yes, thinking is good, but sometimes too much thinking can be a problem. Many learners think too much before they speak. They try to be perfect. They worry about grammar. They worry about using the right word. And in the end, they don't say anything.
Exactly. And we've been there too. I remember when I was learning a new language. I used to sit in class with so many ideas in my head, but I didn't speak because I was scared to make mistakes.
Me too. I used to keep quiet even when I knew the answer. I was always thinking, what if I say it wrong? What if someone laughs? But you know what? That thinking actually stopped me from improving.
And that's why this topic is so important for you, our English learners. We want to help you understand that to get better at speaking English, you need to speak more and think less.
Yes, this episode will show you why you don't need to be perfect and how speaking, even with small mistakes, is the best way to learn.
So, if you ever feel nervous or shy about speaking English, stay with us. We're going to help you feel more confident and give you easy steps to start talking today.
Let's begin our journey together to stop thinking and start talking.
So, let's talk about the problem now. The big reason many people don't speak English, even though they really want to.
Yes, the problem is something we all know. It's called overthinking. That means you're thinking too much, especially before you speak.
Let's be honest. When we try to speak English, so many thoughts come to our mind, right? Like, is this the right word? What if I use the wrong tense? Will they understand me? What if they laugh at my accent?
Exactly. These thoughts can make you feel nervous or even scared to speak. You start to think more and more, and then you say nothing at all.
And that's very common. You are not alone if this happens to you. Many learners feel like this, even advanced ones.
Let's talk about some of the common fears learners have when speaking English.
Okay, number 1, grammar mistakes. Many learners think they need to speak perfect grammar before they can speak at all.
But let me ask you this. When a small child speaks their first language, do they speak with perfect grammar?
No, of course not. They make a lot of mistakes, but they keep speaking, and that's how they learn. Mistakes are part of the process.
Right, so don't wait until your grammar is perfect. Just speak.
Number 2, accent. Some learners feel shy because they think their accent is bad. But guess what? Everyone has an accent, even native speakers.
Yes, there are many kinds of English accents: British, American, Indian, African, Filipino, Australian, and they are all correct. Your accent shows your story, your background, your culture. It's not something to be ashamed of.
Number 3, not knowing the right word. Sometimes you forget a word, and then you stop speaking.
But this happens to everyone, even in our native language. You can always use simple words or try to explain it in another way. You don't have to know every word to speak well.
And number 4, fear of being judged. Many learners are afraid that other people will laugh or correct them in a bad way.
That fear is real. I felt it too. But here's something important. Most people are kind, and many of them also want to help you improve.
Let me share a real story. I was helping a student named Anna. She had been studying English for 2 years, but she never spoke in class.
Oh, yes, I remember Anna.
She told me, Leo, I always think I'm going to sound stupid. But when I asked her a few simple questions, she answered really well. She was just scared to speak in front of others.
I've had students like that too. I remember one guy. His name was Faisal. He knew so many English words, but he stayed silent most of the time. When I asked him why, he said, "My English is not good enough."
That's the thing. Many learners are waiting to feel ready. But the truth is, you become ready by speaking, not by waiting.
Yes, thinking too much before speaking actually stops your progress. Your brain gets stuck in fear instead of learning.
So friends, if you find yourself planning every sentence in your head before you speak, or waiting for the perfect word, or worrying what others will think,
Then you're doing what we all have done, overthinking. And it's okay. The first step is to notice it. The next step is to do something about it.
and that's exactly what we'll talk about in the next part. How to stop overthinking and start speaking with confidence.
Yes, get ready. We're going to share some simple, fun, and powerful ways to help you talk more and fear less.
All right, let's move forward to the next part. Why speaking is more important than thinking.
All right. Now that we know the problem, overthinking, let's talk about the solution. Start talking. But you might ask, why should I talk if I'm not ready yet?
That's a good question. And today, we want to show you why speaking is actually more important than thinking when you're learning English.
Let's start with two words you often hear in English learning: fluency and accuracy.
Fluency means you can speak smoothly and easily. You don't stop every second to search for words.
Accuracy means your grammar and vocabulary are correct. You say things the right way, with the right words and structure.
Now, many learners focus only on accuracy. They want to be correct all the time. But here's the truth. If you only focus on being correct, you might speak less.
Yes! You might stop yourself and say, wait, is this sentence right? Is that verb correct? And while you're thinking, the conversation has already moved on.
That's why, in the beginning, it's better to focus on fluency first. Speak freely. Make mistakes. Keep going.
You can always fix your mistakes later. But if you don't speak at all, there's nothing to fix.
Let's talk about how children learn language. This is a great example. When babies start learning to talk, do they wait until their grammar is perfect?
No way! Babies just start talking. They say one word, then two words, then short sentences, like want juice or go park.
And parents don't stop them and say, "Wait, that's the wrong sentence." They smile and answer, "Okay, let's go to the park."
This is how natural learning works. We learn by doing, not by only thinking or reading rules.
But as adults, we often forget this. We try to learn a language like we're studying math. But English is not just knowledge. It's a skill.
Yes, speaking is a skill, just like swimming or riding a bike. You don't learn swimming by reading a book about water. You have to jump in and try.
And when you try, you make mistakes. Maybe you fall. Maybe you get water in your nose. But every time you try, you learn. You get stronger.
Same with English. If you say something wrong, it's okay. That's how you grow. In fact, making mistakes means you're learning something new.
Let me tell you a quick story. One of my students, Diego, used to say, "I am boring," when he meant to say, "I am bored." It was a small mistake, but funny.
Yes, I remember that. And we laughed, not at him, but with him. And after that, Diego never forgot the difference. Because he learned it by doing.
That's the magic. When you speak, your brain is active. It's listening, creating, reacting. You remember better. You learn faster.
But when you only think about speaking, your brain is passive. It stays quiet. You don't practice, and your confidence stays low.
So, our message is simple. Don't wait to speak. Don't wait to be perfect. Just start.
Speak with mistakes. Speak slowly. Speak loudly. But please, speak.
Every sentence you say brings you one step closer to fluency. Not perfect English, but real, usable English.
And we're here to support you every step of the way. So let go of fear and say it out loud, even if it's not perfect yet.
Okay, are you feeling inspired? Ready to speak?
Great! Because in the next part, we'll show you how to do it. Easy, simple ways to stop thinking and start talking today.
Let's go! All right. In the last part, we talked about why speaking is more important than overthinking. Now it's time to get practical. Let's talk about how you can stop thinking too much and start talking more.
Yes. Many learners say, okay, I understand. I need to speak, but how do I start? What should I do every day?
Good question. Don't worry, you don't need a classroom or a native speaker to practice. You can start with simple daily habits.
Let's begin with tip 1. Speak out loud every day. Even if you're alone, talk to yourself in English.
Yes, talk about your day. For example, I'm brushing my teeth now. After this, I will eat breakfast. It's sunny outside today. Just say what you're doing.
It may feel strange at first, but trust us. Your brain starts to think in English when you do this.
Tip 2. Use shadowing. Shadowing means listening to a sentence and repeating it immediately, like an echo.
You can use short videos, podcasts, or even movies. Just play one sentence, pause, then repeat it exactly how they said it. Try to copy the rhythm, tone, and pronunciation.
It helps with fluency and speaking speed. And the best part? You don't have to create the sentence. Just follow what you hear.
Tip 3. Role play. Imagine you're in a situation, like ordering food at a restaurant, asking for help, or meeting a new friend.
Then speak both parts. For example, I'd like a coffee, please. Sure. Would you like milk or sugar? Yes, a little milk. Thank you.
It's fun! And it prepares you for real conversations, so when they happen, you're not scared.
Tip 4. Use prompts to speak. Prompts are small questions or ideas to help you talk.
Here are some examples. What did I do yesterday? What are my goals for this week? What's my favorite movie and why? What would I do if I had $1,000,000?
Answer these questions out loud. Don't write, just speak. Even if it's not perfect, speak anyway.
You can even record yourself. Listen later and notice what you did well and what you can improve.
Tip 5. Talk to yourself in the mirror. It's a great way to build confidence. Look into your eyes and say something like, "Today, I will speak English without fear. I'm learning. I'm growing. I'm proud of myself."
It may sound silly, but it helps you feel brave and motivated.
Tip 6. Speak with a friend. If you have someone who is also learning English, practice together. Choose a topic and talk for 5 or 10 minutes.
You can take turns asking each other questions. And remember, no pressure. You're both learning.
If you don't have a partner, you can still practice by watching interviews or English conversations, pausing and answering like you're part of it.
And here's a bonus. Use pictures. Look at a photo or an image, maybe from your phone or a magazine, then describe it out loud.
Say what you see, what's happening, and how people might feel. Like this. There's a boy sitting in the park. He's reading a book. I think he feels relaxed.
This helps you use real-life English without needing someone to talk to.
So, to review, here are easy ways to start talking today. Speak out loud about your day. Shadow native speakers. Role-play real-life situations. Use prompts and questions. Talk to yourself in the mirror. Practice with a friend. Describe pictures or images.
And remember, you don't need to do everything at once. Choose one small habit and do it every day. Even 5 minutes is enough.
The key is to stop waiting. Stop worrying. Just speak. The more you speak, the easier it gets.
And the more you speak, the more your brain learns. Faster, better, and with more fun.
All right. In the next part, we're going to practice with you. So get ready. It's time for a fun speaking activity.
Yes, don't go anywhere. It's your turn to speak with us.
Okay, friends, now it's your turn to talk. This is the part where we stop talking so you can start talking.
Yes, it's time for a simple and fun activity. Don't worry, it's not a test. There are no wrong answers. This is just for practice and confidence.
We're going to do a short conversation first. Just a normal, friendly talk. Then, we'll ask you some questions, and you will have time to answer.
You can speak out loud or whisper if you're in public, but we do suggest, if you can, speak out loud. That's the best way to practice.
All right, Stella, are you ready?
Ready, let's do a short conversation about weekend plans.
Hey, Stella, what are you doing this weekend?
I'm thinking about going to the beach if the weather is nice.
That sounds fun. Are you going alone?
No, I'm going with my cousin. She loves the ocean.
Cool. Are you going to swim?
Maybe, but I think I'll just relax and read a book.
Nice. I hope you have a great time.
Thanks, Leo. What about you? Any weekend plans?
Yes, I'm going to visit my parents. We'll cook together and watch a movie.
Sounds perfect. Okay, now it's your turn, dear listener.
We'll ask you some questions. After each question, we'll pause for a few seconds. During that time, you try to answer out loud, just like you're speaking to a friend.
Let's begin.
Question 1. What are you doing this weekend?
Question 2. Are you going alone or with someone?
Question 3. What will you do there?
Question 4. Do you like relaxing on the weekend or doing something active? Why?
Great job! You did it! If you want, you can pause this podcast and try answering again. Or even make your own short story about your weekend. You can add more details and say it out loud.
And remember, it's okay if your sentences are not perfect. The most important thing is that you are speaking.
Here's another fun idea. Try to repeat our mini conversation. You can be Leo, and your friend can be Stella. Or you can play both parts.
Yes, that's a great speaking exercise. You can even record yourself and listen to how you sound. It's a great way to build confidence.
Or try shadowing, play our conversation again, pause after each line, and repeat exactly how we say it.
These small practices every day can help you improve faster than you think. They build fluency, memory, and speaking power.
And hey, don't be shy. If you want, you can share your answers with a friend, or write them down and say them out loud again tomorrow.
Yes, and you can always come back to this episode and do the activity again. Repetition helps your brain remember and feel more confident.
All right, we are super proud of you for trying. Speaking takes courage, and you're doing a great job.
In the next part, we'll talk more about staying motivated, even when speaking feels difficult.
Let's keep going. You're on the right path.
Okay, friends, we're getting close to the end of this episode. But before we finish, we want to have a little heart-to-heart with you.
Yeah, let's talk honestly. Let's talk real. We know that learning English, especially speaking, can sometimes feel scary, slow, and even frustrating.
Maybe you've been learning for months, or even years, and you still feel shy to speak. You think, why is it still so hard for me?
We just want to tell you, you are not alone. Every English learner feels this way at some point. And guess what? That's totally normal.
Yes, making mistakes, forgetting words, speaking slowly, these are all part of learning. Nobody becomes fluent in one day. Fluency takes time, it takes practice, and it takes courage.
You're already doing something amazing just by listening to this podcast. It means you care, you want to grow, and that's powerful.
Let us remind you of something important. Mistakes are not bad. Mistakes are proof that you're trying. Every time you say something wrong, you're learning how to say it better next time.
I remember one of my students, Hina. She was from Japan. In the beginning, she was so shy. She always looked down when speaking. She only said 1 or 2 words.
But then, she made a small goal to speak just one full sentence every day. Sometimes it was just, I had rice for breakfast, or I'm feeling tired today. That's it.
But guess what? After 2 months, she was having full conversations. She made friends in her English class. Why? Because she started speaking, even with mistakes.
I had a student from Egypt, Ahmed. He told me, Teacher, my grammar is bad. I don't want to sound stupid. But he had so many ideas in his mind. He just needed to let go of fear.
We started doing role plays together. Simple ones. And we laughed a lot. After a few weeks, he told me, now I enjoy speaking English. And it showed. He started using more words, more confidence, more joy.
So please remember this. You don't need to be perfect to start speaking. You just need to be brave enough to try.
It's like learning to ride a bicycle. You don't wait until you know all the rules. You get on, you wobble, you fall, and you try again. And one day, suddenly, you're riding smoothly.
The same thing happens with English. At first, it feels hard. But if you speak every day, just a little, your brain starts to learn faster. You become more confident.
So don't compare yourself to others. Don't say, she speaks better than me, or he has a better accent. You are on your own journey. And that journey is beautiful.
You're already doing great. Keep going. Be kind to yourself. Be proud of every small step.
And when you feel like giving up, just remember, you don't need perfect English. You need real English. English that helps you connect, express, and grow.
And you are already on that path. So take a deep breath, smile, and say this with us. I can speak English. I'm improving every day.
Say it one more time. I can speak English. I'm improving every day.
Yes, you are. And we're proud of you.
Coming up next, our final part of the episode. A short recap and final words of encouragement. Well, friends, we've come to the end of today's episode. Stop thinking, start talking.
Yes. We hope you enjoyed this journey with us and found it useful for your English learning.
Let's quickly remind ourselves what we talked about. First, we learned that overthinking stops us from speaking.
Then we saw that speaking, even with mistakes, is the best way to become fluent.
We shared simple and practical tips, like speaking out loud every day, shadowing, role-playing, and using prompts to help you talk.
And we practiced together with a fun conversation about weekend plans. We encouraged you to speak out loud, pause, and answer our questions.
Most importantly, we talked about motivation, that mistakes are okay, fluency takes time, and you are not alone in your journey.
Remember, every time you speak, you're growing. Every word you say brings you closer to your goals.
So don't wait for perfect English. Start speaking now, no matter how simple or small your sentences are.
You have the power to improve every day, with practice, patience, and courage.
Thank you so much for listening today. We are proud of you for taking this step.
If you enjoyed this episode, please share it with your friends who are also learning English.
And don't forget to follow us for more helpful episodes to support your English journey.
Until next time, keep speaking, keep practicing, and keep believing in yourself. Both. Bye.